What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some escape protective gear. We are going to be unboxing and reviewing the Generation 3 Food Dog collection from Nobleman Tech, which includes Kevlar knee pads, elbow pads, and wrist supports. In this video, we're going to be unboxing these products from Nobleman and then testing them out on our Demon 2.0 and our DIY float wheel. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. The Food Dog collection comes in its very own Nobleman Tech drawstring bag, and inside of the drawstring bag are all of the protective gear that are included in this pack. We have the wrist guards, the knee pads, which feel pretty solid right out of the get-go. They feel very well built and from a stretchy yet durable material for maximum comfort. They're super hard, which is going to be great for protecting you from falls. There's also obviously the elbow pads, which are included inside of this, which are made similarly to the knee pads and have also a very hard protective shell, again good for protection. Inside of the small drawstring mesh bag are the two wrist guards. Just like the knee pads and the elbow pads, these feel pretty solid and of pretty high quality. I like the way that they're designed, and then finally there are some stickers inside. And there you have it. That is everything that's included inside of the Generation 3 Food Dog collection. Right off of the bat, the material is something that stuck out to me as it's super breathable, yet also durable. This is really important because it means that you won't overheat while riding, but it will also protect you well. The pads feature this dog lion looking graphic, which is why I'm guessing they called it the Food Dog collection. Overall, I think it looks cool, but I think it's a little bit too much in my opinion. They're made from Kevlar, like I said, which is a super durable material, and I really like that about them. The pads have these two Velcro straps which are used to hold it to your knee. I think that's a pretty standard thing, but the overall construction of the knee pads and elbow pads felt very solid, and I was impressed by it. Something that I really liked about this particular pad was the fact that it has these reflectors on the back of the elbow pads and the knee pads, which means that any light that shines off the back of you while riding will be reflected off of these reflectors on the rear of your knees and elbows so that others can see you while riding at night. In terms of comfort, I'm not really used to wearing pads while riding, so they did feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, and I'm sure that's also due to the fact that I hadn't broken them in yet. After wearing them a couple of times while riding, I actually got used to them, and the fact that they're made from this breathable material makes them a lot more comfortable than I thought they would be. They feel super solid yet flexible for your knees, and they're easy to walk around in. Obviously, it's not as easy as if you weren't wearing pads, but considering you're wearing pads, they are still easy to walk around in and maneuver around in. The reflectors are also perfectly positioned on the back of your knee, like I said, which is great for riding at night. The elbow pads, similarly, are just as high quality as the knee pads. I really liked them. I think that they fit really well. They're super hard and durable, but they're also flexible enough so that you will have comfort while riding. The one thing that I didn't like as much was the massive dog graphic on the side. Like I said, I just think it's a little bit too much, but that's just a personal opinion. The wrist guards are also pretty solid, although I don't really like wearing them because it makes it a little bit harder to hold the remote, in my opinion. Though we've really never talked about escape protection, in particular pads, in the past, I think it's a super important topic for us to cover because there are a lot of riders out there that buy their first board. It's a really high-speed board, or they buy a board like a one wheel that can be a really dangerous board if it nosedives, and they don't really know how to fall, they don't know how to ride it properly, and they're going to jump in, get a little bit too confident, and then crash and potentially injure themselves. So wearing pads when you're first learning how to ride a board is extremely important. For example, we just recently built our first DIY one wheel, and we had never ridden a one wheel before. We had also never programmed a one wheel before, and we were dealing with a lot of technical programming errors in terms of our VESC software. So we were learning how to not only one wheel, but also how to prevent nosedives. Having pads while navigating this and learning how to program the board and ride the one wheel was super important so that we prevented ourselves from getting injured while getting this thing fully up and running. The same thing definitely applies for e-skates, whether you're learning to build your first DIY electric skateboard or you've just gotten a super powerful all-terrain board or just powerful board. Having pads while learning to ride is extremely important for your own safety, and it's definitely something that we've underlooked in a lot of our trials and building boards. Moving back into conversation behind the Food Dog collection from Nobleman Tech, these are the first pads that we've ever tried, so we can't really consider ourselves experts in this topic. However, what I can speak to is my personal experience with these pads. I'm someone who's always considered pads to be these bulky and excessive things that riders use when they're riding their e-boards, and I've never really given them much of a second thought, but that definitely changed after I tried the Nobleman Tech pads. Not only were these not very bulky and uncomfortable, they were actually the opposite. Because of their lightweight, breathable, and tight fit, I thought that these pads were super comfortable to have when riding. After taking them out a couple times while riding the Demon 2.0 on trails, I actually found myself wanting to put them back on when I forgot to take them the next time. There's just an extra sense of security that I have when wearing these pads compared to when I don't, I'm more inclined to take risks and improve my e-skating ability when I have these pads on, because I know if I fall, it's not game over. The same thing with learning how to ride our DIY one wheel. At first, we were really scared to carve because we didn't want to fall off, but after wearing these pads and being able to push ourselves a little bit, we got a lot better at riding the one wheel and learning how to carve. So in conclusion, would I say that these pads are absolutely necessary? No. I don't take them out every single time I ride by any means. Most of the time I just like to take my board out, hop on it, and just go for a nice cruise without having to worry about pads. But if I'm really going out on a nice day, trying to improve my e-skate ability, doing some crazy riding through trails, or taking the one wheel on places that I probably shouldn't be, I'm definitely going to take those pads out and try to improve my ability. They're just an extra tool that you can have to get yourself better at riding, while also having the proper protection so that you know you'll be safe at the end of the day when you come home. There are definitely a couple times in my life where I wish I had had these Nobleman Tech pads after an electric skateboard crash or a one-wheel nosedive, just so I don't get injured. These particular pads have been super solid, and I definitely recommend them if you're looking to get yourself a set of pads for electric skateboarding. They're a premium product, and Nobleman Tech has had some great customer service, and we've really loved everything about them so far. We'll leave a link down in the description where you can buy this particular Food Dog Collection pack. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving us a like and commenting down below what you guys think of these Nobleman Tech pads. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel for lots of other cool DIY electric skateboard and electric skateboard reviews. We've got the Float Wheel and the Varley Eagle 1 reviews coming up. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.